Hello everybody and welcome back to AV Chess Lab. Here today we're going to be playing some games over in chess.com. Let's see. I haven't been to this site in many years. I think we're gonna do some 5 minute chess for each side. So let's go. Let's get this game started. I made the mistake when I was setting up the account to put that I was new to chess. So now I have a 400 point rating, which is quite low, to be honest. But alright, we're just gonna raise it up little by little, one game at a time. So here we have e4, e5, just standard. I think we're just going to develop our pieces in general, knights before bishops, I guess. So my opponent here is attacking my pawn on e4, but I'm also attacking his pawn on e5. What is he intending to do? I'm just going to capture his pawn. Oof. He just took my pawn. No respect. No respect for the upcoming pin that he's going to be in. Mr. Yurka, what are you trying to do? So as you can see, he's just protecting his knight. Very cool move. He just protected his knight. But what happens if I just attack it? Let's attack his knight. Let's attack his knight. Wow. Bishop f5. Really? Okay. Free stuff. I know it's not Christmas yet, but I'll take the free stuff. Okay, let's play knight to c3. I really like our position here. We are up a piece. I think we're better developed than our opponent. That is a nasty little move, queen to d4. I must say, I think I missed it. But we can just go back with our knight. I don't like that we're up and he's attacking. How do we let that happen? Okay, so he's putting pressure on my knight on c3. So he can take, I take, he takes, and then he takes my rook. We have to prevent that from happening. So let's play bishop to d2. Now if he takes here, we can just take back. I gotta say, for his rating, he's playing quite well. e3. He's got some nasty ideas, but so do I, Mr. Yerka, so do I. We're just going to play knight takes pawn. Now his bishop is hanging, and there's always some discovery checks with the knight. So he took my pawn, and we're just simply going to capture it. And there's a big check on his king, and we are going to capture his queen. Alright, very nice game. Oh, look at all of this here on the side. We gain a cool 21 points. Pretty nice. And chess.com has added all these new features. It's pretty cool. Game report. What is this game report? Oh look, it tells us how accurate we were. 94.7 accuracy. Is that out of 100? If it is, I think we're doing pretty well. That's an A compared to our opponent, 1.8. Oof, that's rough, buddy. That's rough. Okay, so we made 5 best moves, 2 inaccuracies. Well, let's go. Let's see what the inaccuracies were. How do we look at the inaccuracies? I think here. Let's go. Oh, okay. So it will be, I guess, the yellow ones. So book moves so far: e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6. Here it tells you also the name of the opening, the Petrov defense. Very nice. All these new features. Knight takes e4, queen e2. Still book moves. d5. So this is a blunder by our opponent. And the idea behind this is that now when we play d3, he can no longer move his knight out of the way because we simply play knight c6 check, taking his queen. So let's take a look at the line. So d3, he moves the knight away, and we simply go knight c6 check, and when he covers, we just capture and we win. All right. So after that, bishop f5 was obviously a mistake. We took. I want to see what my inaccuracy was. Knight to c3 is saying that queen to b5 is better. Okay, I understand. They want to go queen b5 check and take the pawn on b7. Okay. Queen d4, and it's still saying we made an inaccuracy with knight to c4. They wanted us to play again the same move. Okay, it's an inaccuracy, but I don't think it cost us anything. The maneuver I was trying to do, it's also good enough. It's also good enough for the win. So how can we go back now to get another game in? Is there a way to do that from this page, or do we have to? Okay, so let's get another game in. Another 5-minute game. Let's see. We're playing Barbs 104. All right, let's play again. King's pawn opening with e4, e5. And I like to play my knight to f3 here. d6. My opponent is playing a Philidor defense. It says it right there. It's not that I know this stuff. It's right on top of the page. Okay, so how can we deal with this Philidor defense? What is the best way? In general, if you don't know what you're doing, just develop. Just develop your pieces and move on. Life is short and we're only playing a 5-minute game, so we should not be taking too long on our moves. Okay, so very standard. My opponent plays, I'm guessing it's a he, but it could be a she. Who knows? They don't have a profile picture, so it's hard to tell. Okay, again, we don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, so let's just develop. Now we're getting ready to castle in some positions. I was setting a little small trap. If he tried to go for some bishop to g4, I was going to sacrifice my bishop on f7, king takes, and some weird knight to g5 with queen takes bishop. But now that I'm looking at it, it didn't quite work because his queen would have taken my knight. I would have just lost a piece. So he's putting pressure on my pawn here. but it is protected by my knight. I don't think he can capture it just yet. Oops. Our opponent just resigned. I do not understand, but we'll take it. I don't think there's much to analyze in this one, so let's just play a new game, I guess. Alright, why do we keep getting white? Game was aborted. Why aren't people trying to play with us? I do not understand this. Alright, come on people, let's get a game. Finally we get a different color. Whoa, G4, what is that? What is that move? We're playing N. I'm not even gonna pronounce that. I don't know what to say about that. So here we have a free pawn on G4. My opponent is playing some very provocative moves. Very provocative moves, but let's throw in this E5. Oof. Did my opponent just fall for this? Checkmate, buddy. Checkmate in 4 moves. I don't think I have ever won this fast in my life. Whoa. He wants a rematch, but I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could do that. Okay, let's play a new game. Wow, we won in 4 moves. That has to be some kind of record. Okay, E4. And we are playing now Bruno from Brazil, rated 396. And look at us, we're gaining rating quite nicely as well. Let's see if we can get to 500 by the end of this video. Okay, so we have been playing this E4, E5, knight to F3, so, and it's been successful, so let's keep going. So my opponent goes for knight to F6, and I remember reading earlier that this is the Petrov defense, named after some person named Petrov. Alright, so we went for this move, and it seemed to have worked last time. So I don't see why not. And this is the Petrov's defense, the classical Damiano variation. Damiano was a player that had very interesting ideas, but none of them worked. If you don't know how Damiano is, I will leave a video and a link in the description. Check out the Damiano defense after E4, E5, knight F3, F6. And you will understand what I mean by the Damiano defense not being such a great move. Okay, we played last time queen to E2, and that seemed to have worked. And we're playing the same game. And I remember the analysis saying we were completely winning after D3. Okay, so here we have a nasty knight to C6 check, and we're going to win his precious queen. Goodbye, lady. You did not live too long. Right, of course, I'm just making fun of the position, but we have to realize that our opponents are very low rated. So they are playing the best moves that they can. Okay, so I want to castle as quickly as possible. I'm not really interested in the material at the moment since we're up a queen. I guess I could have taken the bishop, but then rook e8 would have pinned our queen. But since we're up so much, maybe it's something I can consider. Okay, let's just castle, and now we're really threatening to go there and capture his bishop as well. If any bishop to g4 stuff, we just go f3, and this is a free piece that we're going to take. Now the knight is hanging. We also have ideas of playing bishop to h6, asking him where he wants to go with his rook. Bishop here also does the same trick. It's just a very tough position for my opponent. Okay, that's a clever move. But after we take the knight, he is going to be suffering. Okay, an understandable move, that one. We'll just move our queen out of the way, since he was harassing her with the pony. Okay, I think it's time we open up the position on his king. We need to get rid of some of these pawns so that we can deliver the checkmate. Now when he takes, we'll just take back, and there will be a very nasty idea and threat with the checkmate on this square. Okay, this does the same thing. We're threatening checkmate on h8. If king there, we simply just give a check here first, followed by the checkmates. And alright, Mr. Bruno, very nice game. Thank you for playing. Alright, let's take a quick look at the analysis of this game. I have a feeling it's gonna tell us something similar to that other one that we played that was similar to this one. Okay, so it's not telling us yet. Oh, let's take a look at the report. Oof, look at this. Accuracy 97. Wow. We're getting an A in every test. We're doing well. Let's take a look at this feature. Key moments. Whoa, 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 what just happened? Okay, I'm guessing this is a key moment for the same reason. Is my opponent blundered after d5, so d3 just wins. Okay, so let's go back to the analysis. And the report says that we made no mistakes, no blunders, no inaccuracies. Whoa, that's pretty awesome. So yeah, knight goes back, double exclamation, not double exclamation, but double question mark, since it loses the queen after knight to c6, which is the best move in the position. Alright, I don't think we need to analyze anything more after this, considering the game is pretty much over. Alright, let's try to get another game with, alright, new game. Okay, we're playing now Sulviman, rated 532. Okay, so he goes for e4. Let's go for c5. The Sicilian defense. And this move, bishop c4, it's called the blunder attack. Pretty interesting that they give you those names in case you want to look up those openings later. Okay, so he's putting pressure on my pawn on f7. So let's go e6. That way we take care of all that, and we are going to be ready to expand on the center with d5. Maybe he wanted to go for some queen f3 or queen to h5, attacking to checkmate also. It's one of the first maneuvers that they teach beginners how to do, those checkmating 4 moves. Okay, knight f3, developing and preparing to castle, very logical. But I think it's time for us to take control of the center with the move to d5. He can take, bishop e5, and we'll simply play bishop to d7, and not knight to c6, since then he can take and we will have double pawns. So by simply playing bishop to d7, if he captures, we simply capture back with our knight or our queen. Either one is good. And we will have a very strong, stable center. Okay, he's taking quite a long time on this move, considering it's only the 4th move of the game. Okay, so bishop to b3, giving us a free pawn here. And I will take it. Always take the free stuff when you can. Alright, so my opponent just decided to resign in this position. Maybe he didn't like the fact that he was gonna go to play down a pawn. It's tough, but it's only the opening phase. Things could go very wrong for me later, but he didn't continue. So let's move on to someone else. And here we have Mr. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Casin Voltarelli from Brazil again. Rated 471. Okay, so d4, d5, and my opponent developed his knight to f3. Okay, I think this guy knows what he's doing. He's playing very fast and he's developing his pieces. So he definitely understands the concept of the opening. So he's putting pressure here, but we have that covered with our knight. So let's not worry about it and just develop ourselves. Let's put this bishop here. And I'm gonna try something like this with my knight. Let's see if he lets us do it. I have a feeling that he's gonna push this pawn forward. Bishop e3. Now, this move is wrong for many reasons. If you're going to develop the bishop, the idea is to put it in a square that's doing something. And I'm guessing he thought that he wanted to put some extra protection to his pawn on d4. But notice now that this bishop on f1 is going to be very hard to get developed. And this pawn usually wants to move forward so that that bishop can get out. So now this bishop seems to be in the way of that. So we're just going to continue with that plan that I had, since this is a wasted move. Definitely not his best moment of the game. At a3, it's very, very nice, since he's preventing me from achieving my goal. So yeah, e6, let's continue to develop. So notice the difference between this bishop and this bishop. Mine is out, putting pressure on this square, and I'm also now ready to take this bishop out somewhere. I could go for some sacrifices. Bishop takes, pawn takes, knight takes. But he simply just plays rook to c1. And I don't think I have enough. So instead, let's just develop our bishop. He's creating a lot of weaknesses. on the queen side now. So he's probably not going to castle queen side considering everything he's done there. And in order for him to castle to the king side, he still has at least 2-3 moves to make that happen. And while he does that, we'll prepare some kind of attack. Notice how I am preparing all my pieces so that they can be attacking on the king side. So when his king actually does castle to that side, if he does, maybe he'll stay in the center forever. But if he does castle king side, then I will have all my pieces ready for the attack. So here we can try something that I like to do usually in my games, and is to have the bishop pair. So we can go for this move and try to get that bishop. Bishop and knight in the scoring system of chess have the same value, but bishops for me are better, and for most grandmasters as well is better, just because they have the capability and the flexibility to attack distances that knights cannot do. For example, knights are they can attack like short-term squares. This knight cannot go from here all the way here in one move. A bishop could do that. So they have this very long scope. So I think we can throw in this check and make sure that our opponent cannot castle. We have to keep in mind that we're running a little low on time. So I will play a bit quicker. But we do have a very nice comfortable position. If this knight could get there, I would almost say is winning, but Mr. Cassin Voltarelli just gave us a free queen that we will gladly take. And we're going to take this pawn as well. I'm very interested to see what the evaluation for this game is going to be, because he obviously made a lot of mistakes in the opening phase of the game, but I don't believe we took care of them in the best way. So here now it's just a question of finishing the game. Obviously we're up a great deal of material. And we're down to 126, so I will speed the game up even more. So we're going to pin this knight, make sure that it stays there for now at least. I'm also trying to go pawn up, and if he captures, we'll capture with the rook, and we'll simply win the knight. So we're going to go for that. If he takes, we take. Now what? Okay, let's simply attack this rook. He's going to take with his knight, and this move is coming. Rook takes f4, and we'll simply win the game after that. Okay, so he's giving us the rook for free, which we will take. And we will take here as well. I think at this point it does not really matter too much. With this move, we're winning the bishop here, and he just doesn't have enough pieces. I think he's counting on the fact that we have 40 seconds, but that is just plenty of time. That is plenty of time, and we're not going to stalemate him either. His king still has plenty of squares to move to. So let's just start giving some checks. Check. He's been very feisty, not allowing us to checkmate him. But we will find the right plan. Let's go here. Let's go here. And it will be checkmate right there. Alright, thank you so much for playing. Okay, and I think we're gonna call it for right now. We managed to gain a cool 100 points. So yeah, not too bad, not too bad. All right, let's see. Let's analyze this before we go, to see if we made any inaccuracies. This is pretty cool because it's not just the analysis, but it does give you like the report. It tells you all the book moves that you made. So you see, we got a B this time. We weren't as accurate as the other games, but we did make 24 best moves and 8 excellent moves, and our opponent made more excellent moves than we did. That's not cool. It says we missed the win, and we made 1 mistake and 2 inaccuracies. Let's see where that happened. So all normal stuff up to here. All normal stuff, good moves, best moves. Bishop to d6, b5, knight here, queen to d2, and knight, saying that knight g4 it's a blunder. That is a mistake. That the best move was, what was the best move? Best move is to play a6. I guess the idea is that they want to open up the queen side since he's lacking so much development. But okay, I'm not unhappy with it. I mean, we didn't throw away an advantage, although it is a considerable mistake. We went from having a 2-pawn advantage to half a pawn advantage. But alright, h3, he gave us all the move right back with that blunder. We were able to take the bishop pair, and obviously this pawn take here was a major blow, since now we have this beautiful check, castle, and oof, yeah, after that I don't think we need to keep analyzing this game. So I just want to thank everybody for watching. Hope you liked this video, and if you did and you want to see more of them, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when the next one is uploaded. Alright, and as always, stay safe and always respect your opponent. See you next time.